Debi Fenk and George Cummings, and our conversation is about a really, really cool thing. It's brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. I was trying to keep it secret, Debbie. I didn't want people to, I wanted you to be able to announce Dolly Parton's. Oh, wait. Almost did it again, didn't I? But that's what we're talking about. The Imagination Library, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which, thanks to George and family, is coming right here to Indiana.
It is.
Yeah, let's pull that microphone down a little bit for you there.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that good?
Yes.
Yes, we started the program in the Indiana area back in April. So we have had a couple months of registrations for children. And we're currently up to 244 kids that we have enrolled in the program so far, which surpasses what we expected. And we're very excited about that. And what the program is, Dolly Parton started back in 1995 in Sevier County in Tennessee. She wanted to provide all the children in her hometown with books because she believes that reading improves the education of children once they enter school. And we all know that that is true. And she believes that children learning to read helps them dream more, learn more, care more, and be more. So that is what we want to do through the program. The program allows children from the time they're born through their 5th birthday to receive a book every month mailed directly to their home. And that's what we're bringing to Indiana. Yeah.
And that's where the Cummings Family Foundation comes through. George, good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today as we learn about it. First of all, what is the Cummings Family Foundation?
Right now, it's pretty much just working on Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
Yeah.
We want to expand it from, right now we're in the 15701 zip code. We like to eventually do the whole county, but it'll take quite a bit of funding and time to get to that point.
It's a lot of resources that you have to commit to a program like that because it's an ongoing thing. It's just not a one shot here, is it?
No, they estimate we'll have 700 kids by our 5th year, which we're way ahead of we're already 244. Did you say?
Yep, 244
in 3 months. So it'll add up, and we just got to keep it going. And once we have the funding and the availability to do 15701, we'll move to the next zip code, and so forth and so on.
Folks watching on Facebook see your hat, Cummings Landscaping.
Yes.
What made you want to do this?
We were always wanted to help communities throughout. I moved up here in 1990, and that time we struggled because of the war started, the Iraq war started, and we were getting behind in the business. And there were some people that stepped up and helped us, and we just feel that we do the same. We've been doing it for 20-some years now.
Passing it along.
Paying forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Debbie, how did you guys get hooked up with George?
Well, George and I are friends, and I've been a huge Dolly Parton fan my entire life. And when I mentioned to him one day, I said, the way the Imagination Library works is that you have to partner with a nonprofit organization to bring it to your community. And I mentioned it to him one day that, hey, I'm going to start asking around looking for nonprofit organizations that might let me do this. And that's when George stepped in and said, hey, you know what? I want to do something good in the community. Let's do it, and that's kind of how the Cummings Family Foundation was formed.
Yeah. So it was formed for this specific reason, George.
Well, what better investment than children?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just if I can provide some background into exactly how the foundation works hand in hand with the Imagination Library, our primary roles are to enroll the children, to promote the program throughout the community, and to provide the funding for the program. The Imagination Library, they cover all the overhead and administrative expenses at no cost to us. They take care, they select the books. They have very thorough selection process for the books that they offer to the children. They're all geared towards the specific age groups of the kids. They cover the shipping, the mailing. They handle all of that. So our role is limited to the funding, the enrollment, and the promotion is, what we provide.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going shopping for books.
That's right.
Oh, it's $2.20 a book, our cost to them to put a child into it. You can't mail something that big for $2.20.
No, you can't.
So they donate. They contribute quite a lot. It isn't like they're making any kind of money. By no means. They're funding a lot themselves.
Yeah. So Debbie, tell me about marketing this and getting it out so that all those people signed up already. How did you do that?
I started out by contacting daycare centers and getting the information to them and asking them to share it, of course, with their families. I have to say one of my my chiropractor actually did an amazing job at spreading the word, and he helped get the word out as well, which was great. And just word of mouth. I think
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. Yes, that was another big thing was Facebook.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, it's been good. And if I can just throw out there, too, as far as the books that George mentioned, I just want the people to know they're different books. And like I said, they're geared towards the ages of the children, except for the first book. The first book that every child that enrolls in the program receives is The Little Engine That Could, because that is a message that the Imagination Library believes is very important for all children to hear and know that they can do anything they want to do. So the first book every child gets is that book with a note in it from Dolly, of course. The last book that they get the month of their 5th birthday is a book about going to kindergarten.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when they're considered to be graduated from our program. So even though we've only had the program going there's only been one mailing, despite we've been taking enrollments.
Sure.
But there's been one mailing that has went out, and we've had 9 children graduate. So they enrolled just in time to get that book the last month, that they turned 5.
Well, at least they're ready for kindergarten.
They are. They are.
And the second mailing's coming out within a day or so.
Yes.
So it'll be this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that second mailing will be this week.
Yeah. Well, it's staggered throughout the month.
Sure.
The age categories get mailed at different times throughout the month.
Yeah.
But they will be getting a book in July. And
how many books have they mailed out so far?
Well, if I could touch on that real quick, there is a huge celebration going on right now with the Imagination Library. They are celebrating the fact that they have mailed out worldwide 200 million books.
Wow.
And they're celebrating is what they're doing. And the way they're celebrating is that in September, the books that are mailed out, 7 of those books are going to contain a special bookmark in them. And if one of the lucky families in our area would get one of those bookmarks, they win a trip to Dollywood, and a video conversation. They get to talk to Dolly Parton by video.
Zoom chat.
Exactly, Zoom. That's the word I was looking for. And they get some other special prizes. And the Cummings Family Foundation, if one of our enrolled children would win, we would receive a $2,000 grant from the Imagination Library.
Nice.
And
So, George, how can people help? Is there a way that people can get involved, can help the Cummings Family Foundation?
You can get on Facebook, correct?
Yep, they can search for Cummings Family Foundation on Facebook.
They can do one of two things. They can either donate to the Imagination Library and dedicate the money to this zip code or our fund thing.
Okay.
That way it'll go. Or they just go right to our Facebook page or call.
And the number they can call is 412-996-9535. And like George said, if they do go to www.imaginationlibrary.com, there's a donate button, and they can click on that, and that will take them to a link where they can enter our zip code, and the money would automatically go towards our program.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's also where families can go to register their children. They can go to the same website and do the same thing.
I was going to ask, in terms of registering folks locally, that seems like it's more than just a one-person job, too. Of course, a lot of it is handled online, so you don't really have to go that hands-on, but you probably would appreciate the help.
They can. They go online, and then we have a database that those registrations come through. I review them, check the addresses, things like that, and then I approve them, and that's when they get on the mailing list.
Yeah.
There's also, if they go to the website, you can print out a registration form, and there's our addresses on there, and they can also mail in their registration. Or again, they can call. They're welcome to call and register that way as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they first get approved by Dolly Parton Foundation, the Imagination. No? Oh, okay. See, I'm more on the other end of the thing.
Yeah, well, as long as there's somebody on both ends, then we're in good shape, George.
We got it all covered.
It's the way that it rolls.
And as far as the funding, at $500 or more, we'll put whoever donates that amount of money on the label of the books when they're mailed. Okay. So it'll be, these books are brought to you by such and such.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And that's primarily geared towards if there are any businesses that want to sponsor a month's of mailing, or of course individuals are welcome to do that too. But as far as donations, I will say that, if anybody out there, $30 literally provides a book every month for a year for a child.
Yeah.
So it's a deal you can't beat.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
So.
You're right. Wonderful. All right. So we're out of time here this morning, but folks want to learn more. You've got a Facebook page. You're ready to roll, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Wonderful. Hey, thanks both for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS.